Today's March the 7th. I've been doing tarot readings and stuff, but I just hadn't had the time to record them because I already have recordings already done and in my camera, and I have to transfer them, and sometimes I have to like paste them together because they're in two sections, and I don't always have access to my computer because of my children and my ex, and so sometimes I just do my spreads and I just let them alone. But this one I really felt like I needed to show. So it's March the 7th, and there's two situations going on. Some tarot readers are picking up that your ex is leaving, my ex is leaving, other people's exes are leaving because they had the intention all along to leave. And it was basically like where they were pushing you away so you can break up with them, so they can be like, oh, okay, well, we're broken up, and then they already had someone else in mind to go to. Or that because you didn't give them what they wanted, they leave you. But they're all detecting a breakup. This breakup has been happening with me since December to February. And then there's some tarot readers that are picking up breaking up, but breaking up like where the person breaking up with you, so my ex, he really does love you, and he's breaking up with you for things that he felt was your fault, that obviously like I didn't see but he saw. And so he's like thinking of himself first, and he has like a financial opportunity that he's going for and he's taking. So I'm like really conflicted because it could be both stories. My ex talked to me during the Mercury retrograde twice, but just left it at that. Like 2 different days he talked to me and then just left it at that. I was really trying. I was like sending him pictures of our son and just keeping him in the loop with our son. And for one day he was interacting with me, but then he just stopped. And like that can be really painful. And so it's like is he trying to leave me and he wants me to be gone, and it's like really difficult and tough. So I'm learning. I started to do decromancy, where you're playing with your deck of playing cards, and I learned so much about decromancy, and I really like it because it is where you're learning. It's like more simple meanings, and because of the meanings are so simple, it forces you to use your intuition to make the story instead of like having a whole book on reading the tarot. I just have a page and it has this. If it's this, it's this. If it's this, it's this. And then you just, out of whatever it is that describes the card, you just make your story based off of what the card is. So I'm trying to interpret my tarot cards the same way, in the same simplistic manner, because I like that a whole lot more than this, because this is like, with all these books I have on tarot, it's like law books and I'm having to memorize them all. It's my son you hear in the background. So here's my spread as usual. This time I incorporated 2 because I wanted to see if anything would be repetitive, and it was. This one, look, Ace of Cups. Now I'm trying to go with the overall divine message of these tarot cards. So this was the first one, and see, it's an even thing on pentacles, wands, and swords. So I know, and what was it? Here, let me find it again. I just like knowing what I'm talking about. What's going on with the baby? I desire, I think, and I possess. And I may have to pause this so I can get my baby. Can someone give me my baby, please? Well, because I think he's upset. So I have many aces. So this is like a life-changing event that has many new beginnings. And not necessarily with him, but more like this is for me. So I have the Ace of Pentacles, I have the Ace of Swords, I have the Ace of Staffs, and then I have the Ace of Cups twice. Okay, and I'm gonna get my baby. Here, I'll take him. Hey, boo boo. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, and here there's many major arcana that are showing up. So this was first, this was second, and this was the Death. And then in clarifying the Death, there was the Tower. So see both changes. And this one had specifically swords. And then the cups, 4 of Cups. Then this one had the 9 of Cups. And then the major arcana of Strength was in the bottom of it with the Ace of Staffs. And then the major arcana for that one, for this whole one, was the Sun. So then here you have the Ace of Cups. And then the World as a major arcana. And then here you have the Ace of Cups again, clarifying, because I wanted to see if there were any repetitive cards. And then here, this one, because this one is clarifying this whole thing, you have the Sun as a major arcana. And then clarifying all this, you have Judgment. And then the bottom of the decks, you have the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Wands reversed. This is Tarot of a Moon Guide, and what is this one? Golden Universal Tarot. So basically, it's the start of me working on myself after dealing with someone who was foolishly not taking me serious, not taking what I had to offer seriously. Finding my inner strength, finding my self-power, and going forward. And again, it clarifies it again. This one was clarified again. Someone dishonest. Either they were showing that they were... It's like maybe someone dishonest who only thought about themselves and took on... that, well, it could have had a potential. Could have had potential. But then also someone who's dishonest, so I had to think highly of myself and me take on the Emperor energy and put on love for myself. And then you have Death, which is transition. The 4 of Cups is someone who is not acknowledging a gift when it's right in front of them, because 7 of Swords again, because they're dishonest. They're not, maybe they don't want to reveal their true feelings, because then it changes their foundation and they're scared. So you have the 7 of Swords 2 times, and then this clarified by the 7 of Pentacles, someone waiting to reap their harvest from their hard work with someone that they loved. If that could have been me or him or the both of us. And then the 9 of Cups is like a narcissist. I hate using that word. I think it's abused by people. But someone who only thinks about themselves, where they are willing to leave someone out in the cold for their own selfish gains. And because it's in reverse, it's like a lesson learned for the person that was left out in the cold, using their inner strength to pull up from being left out in the cold and going forward. And the forward is with desire. And so letting the desire of, I guess, maybe learning from the past, putting on a cold exterior and seeing the bright side of it. You know, not taking no more crap from anyone. or from their soulmate, not taking no more crap from their soulmate and moving forward. It doesn't necessarily mean moving forward with him, because that's the Six of Cups in front of the bless you, baby, bless you, with the Queen of Swords. And then you have the Ace of Cups, which was in the bottom of the deck, so I wanted to clarify it. And again, there's the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles reversed, so someone who is vain. Page of Pentacles. What, baby? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, okay. Okay. The Page of Pentacles reverse, which pages are messengers. The Pentacles is the physical realm. So, gosh, Page of Pentacles. I have to go back to, because it's a lot of cards and I don't have everything memorized. Hold on. I hope my ex doesn't pass by. The way he passed by is not good. Pentacles. Let's see. The Page of Money, or the physical realm. Okay. Student application, study, ability to learn. So not learning. Followed by the Page of Staffs. Let's see, Page of Staffs is, and staffs are desired. Companion, falling in love, loyalty, and help. So not being able to learn from falling in love, and so the world, so the end of a cycle. The end of the cycle, and then you have, because the Ace of Cups, the Ace is abundance, the inexhaustible source, and love. So this is about learning about love. What was the Page of Staffs again? Companion, falling in love, loyalty, help. So the end of a cycle, about falling in love. So apparently I have a problem with falling in love, and that's true because, like I said, I've been in major relationships and they all failed for various reasons, but mostly because I picked wrong. I was in a 7-year relationship, 5-year relationship, 10-year relationship, and now like a technically 6-month relationship, my worst one ever. So from there you have, again, the Ace of Cups. I'm looking at the Tarot of a Moon Garden meaning to find out what the Ace of Cups is. And I'm having to use one hand to look, so sorry about that. Because I have my son in the other hand and the camera in one hand. So yeah, did my ex really leave me for someone else? Or did he leave me to go pursue financial gain? Or is it both? I don't know. The cards aren't telling me. Or if they are, I'm not seeing it. Because I don't really see a mistress. I just see a jerk. And somebody stupid and not understanding the signs. Ace of Cups. Great abundance, fulfillment, perfection, joy, fertility, opulence, productiveness, beauty and pleasure, goodness overflowing, favorable outlook. And the Four of Cups. Oh, you have the Four of Cups twice. You have it reversed here. You have it upright here. So the Four of Cups reversed. Upright, it's weariness, aversion, disgust, disappointment, bitter experience, stationary period in life, which was how my ex and I were both feeling. We were both stuck. We both couldn't move. but he wasn't talking with me of what to do about it. So I'm just there trying to find a solution. He's there doing nothing. And now the Four of Cups reversed is new possibilities, new relationships, new approaches to old problems, new knowledge. And then the Ace of Pentacles reversed, Ace, Knight of Pentacles. Do I have a Knight of Pentacles around here? Nope, I don't have no more Knights of Pentacles, just pages. I have the Knight of Swords reversed, but not the Knight of Pentacles. So Knight of Pentacles reversed is stagnation, inertia, lack of determination or direction, narrow-mindedness, limits set by dogmatic views, idleness. So again, about stagnation and being stuck. And that's basically what this spread is about. This spread isn't about, it is there, you have the sneakiness, but it's more like sneakiness because he was not telling his true feelings. He was not talking. See, like, there's the stagnation, the Four of Cups. And then the Seven of Swords was after that, because he's not talking about how to get out of the stagnation. He's hiding it, and that's his fault. What can I do if he's not communicating? But then in his mind, things are my fault because whatever little he could do, I wasn't like. But it was like, and the cards show it. He was his solution was one solution, and it was a bad solution. I didn't agree to it, so therefore, in his mind, he did make an effort. I just wasn't cooperative. And his solution was for us to own a restaurant together and work together. It's like, I don't want to own a restaurant. I don't want to do that. That's not, I know restaurants are stressful. People who do it, my dad did that. He was very successful, but even my dad was like, it's a stressful job. You have to love what you do. I already know I don't love it, so why should I even try? Like, why do I want to make my relationship start off like that? Okay. The Golden Universal Tarot does not give reverse meanings, but the Tarot of a Moon Garden does. In the little booklet. So I'm finding the Pentacles. Okay. An unrealistic person, failure to recognize obvious facts, dissipation of ideas, illogical thinking, rebelliousness, wastefulness, and favorable news. And the Three of Staffs. This is clarifying the Ace of Cups, which this was clarified under the Ace of Cups, and then this is clarifying what was clarifying that. The Three of Staffs. Practical knowledge, business acumen, enterprise, negotiations, trade, and commerce. So maybe him being more focused on money, because he was not in La La Land with us. So then this caused the Hermit to go inside, finding inner introspection. Let me find the Hermit so I can give you the truth. Ritualism, mercy, kindness, forgiveness, inspiration, compassion, servitude, inactivity, timidity, overt or reserve, captivity to one's own ideas, tendency to cling to ideas and principles even after they are outdated, conformity, a religious or spiritual leader. Okay, so this caused this to happen, the Hermit, because see, these major arcanas mean like a stepping stone in your life, or something a bit major, like a mind-altering thing to happen. And from there, he became the full reverse, or I became the full reverse, which this is poor decision, indecision, apathy, hesitation, or negligence. So he decided then to make a stupid decision, which is like this. So really, he's being retarded. This line is him being retarded. Six of Swords. Do I have Six of Swords around here? And the swords, let's see. And this helps you to understand the whole picture as well. Keeping track of what is a majority, the pentacles, the wands, the swords, and major arcanas. And I'm just so shocked of all the aces, but I think I take things too seriously. You know, this is like, you can have all this, like, I guess, going to the grocery store and buying ice cream, I guess. So the Six of Swords reverse. Stalemate, unwanted proposal, confession, declaration. And okay, because that's me telling him, like, I think your idea sucks. I don't want to do it. So that happened. All this happened because of me speaking my mind, which at least I spoke my mind. So then the sun, so then another major arcana happened. The sun reversed. The sun reverse. So the sun reverse is, look at my little boy. He's so cute. Oh, he's such a handsome boy. Okay. Unhappiness, loneliness, possibly a broken engagement or marriage, canceled plans, triumph delays, although not necessarily completely lost, clouded future. So he gave me a shitty plan based off of business for us to move forward. But it was really a foolish plan. It wasn't even well thought out. It was just a plan. It's a stupid plan. And no plan B. No plan B.1, B.2. No, it's just plan A. Oh, sorry. Plan B, that's it. I said no. Sounds stupid. I don't like it. It's not the way I want my future to be with you. Unhappiness, canceled plans, then never mind. Then Four of Pentacles reverse happened, and that is setbacks in material matters, opposition to further gain, suspense and delay, spendthrift. So he left me, but this could actually mean, yeah, then he started to think about himself. Like, then he had a plan B, not a plan B for us, or a plan C for us, but then he had a plan B for him, because this was supposed to be plan A. Sorry. Then he had a plan B for him. Suspense and delay and spendthrift. I want to see what the Four of Pentacles is in the Ultimate Tarot. Hold on. I'm just curious, because that's my nature. I'm very curious and I love to learn. Four of Pentacles reversed. An overly materialistic individual, a would-be king, male or female, who holds too fast to status and possessions. Yeah, this is explaining my ex throughout the whole spread. If this is you, try to let go of insecurity, as this can take up much of your headspace and feed an ongoing belief that you will never have enough. In work, the card can reveal that you miss opportunities because your confidence is low, and changes to your role may leave you feeling disempowered. It's therefore important to do well in any professional or education test now. You may need to put in more work than first anticipated. The reverse Four of Pentacles can also suggest a person who is showy and even a little smug. In a position of power over you, you may find this individual controlling and self-centered. Yeah, so basically, so that's weird because, you know, the tarot readers, I mean, it really affected me. And I still, maybe out of my own security, think it's true that maybe he had someone else already, a plan B, another plan C, plan D, you know, he had another plan in the shadows if if I didn't pull through. And that's why he was just, you know, like, he already left me a long time ago mentally, and I just had to catch up with it in the 3D. And that's why, like, when he left, he's like, never call me back, and never called me back. And then here I am again trying to work things out with him, and he'll take it for like a day, but then he just goes back to disappearing again. So none of these cards are showing that. They're not showing an extramarital affair. Like, you don't see the devil card here. And I specifically asked, it had to do with him and us. Oh, if there would be a second chance. And it's not like no because he's in love and has someone else. It's actually showing he does love me. He just never showed it. But he's too absorbed in, he's like immature minded, making stupid decisions that are not even well thought out, and mostly focused on money for him to see what he has. And so for my own sake, I need to just move forward. Oh yeah, and then the Judgment clarified all of this. Judgment, because I wanted to see with my cards if anything would repeat. Judgment is atonement, judgment, the need to repent and forgive, the moment to account for the manner in which we have used our opportunities, rejuvenation, rebirth, improvement, development, promotion, the desire for immortality, legal judgment in one's favor. One should carefully consider how present actions affect other persons. And what I don't get is, out of all of this, I'm going to have love. The Ace of Cups. Where does love fit in all of this when, see, everything below is negative? See, even this one, negative shit, but the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. I don't get that. I'm thinking, I'm trying to make sense of it. Or is it not a future thing, but more like a lesson on the Ace of Cups? Maybe it's a lesson on the Ace of Cups. I needed to learn a lesson on the Ace of Cups. Probably so. Because it's the beginning of feeling, and the Ace of Staffs is the beginning of, let me find it again, the beginning of desire, the soul. So finding a new beginning from feeling like crap, from being put out in the cold by a jerk, finding the inner strength and desiring a new beginning on a soul level, like discovering what I want. I desire. This is I desire. The Ace of Swords is I think. I'm thinking, because the Ace of Pentacles that started this out is, my camera stopped, so I'm re-recording again, but I'm just realizing, so like the Ace of Pentacles is I possess, and that's the one that started it out, that's the one that started this whole spread, is I possess. It concluded to the Ace of Swords, which is I think. Now I'm thinking. Then it went down to this, like me realizing I'm with a jerk, having the strength to move on, which is I desire. It made me conclude to I desire. From, see, I had a mind-changing moment to I desire, which now concludes for me to the Ace of Cups, which is I feel. I feel. And all 4 aces are here. So this was a really pinnacle moment of my life with all these major arcanas and aces. So, and it's not talking about a reconciliation here either. It's more focusing on taking in the lessons of heartbreak and disappointment and dealing with a stubborn jerk and realizing my self-worth out of it. Even though I've been realizing my self-worth, but it's like, I guess because I have a big heart and I want to keep giving chances and I want to keep seeing the best in someone. And I guess that's the next life lesson is, even though I want to have a good look on someone that maybe the look doesn't deserve it, and I have a big heart, I have to still accept the reality, because now I feel, and I feel disappointed. And see, this I feel had to have a cycle ending, because the Page of Staff, hold on, my battery's running low too, so it's gonna probably die soon. Hopefully I get my point across before it dies. I want a faithful, loyal person that I can trust, who has good intentions and is consistent. So that's me realizing what I want in page form, because it's still, it's still developing. And so now there's a change, there's an end to the cycle of this crap, of this crap, of this crap with the swords, of this crap with the leaving me out in the cold and sneaky not telling me everything, and stubborn hard-headedness, stagnation. And I realize I want better, and then the cycle ends. So I know that in my heart of hearts, I need to move. I know that that's what I need to do. I feel my energy pulling me towards my home country and my home state. But then there's that prophecy of him coming back, and that's even been shown in other tarot spreads that I've done. But I guess when he comes back, he will, because when my cards show when he comes back, he comes back because he realizes that love is more important than money. And see, right now, especially right now, he's more focused on money and being stupid and retarded. And the tarot readers keep mentioning about sickness, and I think it's me. I'm mentally exhausted, but I think he's physically and mentally exhausted. I think he's the one that's probably going to get like a breakdown or something, and it's going to force him to reevaluate his priorities. So this is going to be a big process, unfortunately. And that's why with my card it shows just keep doing what you're doing and move on and live your life and focus on your goals, because that's what you should be doing, and it's really difficult. So I'm focusing on this, how, so the Nine of Cups, which is like a mean-hearted person, a jerk. Someone who intentionally left me and my baby out in the cold, and I'm having to find a lesson from that and get my strength to move on to a new start. I desire a new start in life. And then it's clarified by the Six of Cups, which is like a past life relationship, thinking of the past, not putting up with no more BS. And there's a positive outcome from that. Let's see the Sun again. The Sun upright. Satisfaction, accomplishment, contentment, success, favorable relationships, love, joy, devotion, unselfish sentiment, engagement, a happy marriage, pleasure in daily existence, a good friend, high spirits, warm sincerity, pleasures derived from simple things, achievement in the arts, liberation. So, from, I guess, looking back at my past, setting up boundaries, because I don't become the Queen of Wands, I don't become the Queen of Cups, I become the Queen of Swords. Then there's my key to happiness. That sucks. And I'm going to clarify the Sun real quick with I guess I'll clarify the Sun with this one, with this deck. Hell, I'll clarify the Sun with both decks, just for the fun of it. Okay. Gosh, like, where do I put them? There's no more room in my bed. I have the Eight of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Lovers. Now I'm clarifying with the Tarot of the Moon Garden. Okay, one card. The Empress came out. Okay, so clarifying the Sun is more, I think, Eight of Swords, Four of Swords, the Lovers, and the Empress. So 2 major arcanas and 2 thinking cards for the Sun. So the Eight of Swords is crisis, conflict, domination, imprisonment, turmoil, bad news, criticism, sickness, calumny. So yeah, feeling trapped. And then Four of Swords is respite, rest after illness, repose, replenishment, solitude, exile, retreat, abandonment. So yeah, I feel abandoned, but I'm also retreating and resting from the abandonment, from feeling imprisoned. And then the Lovers, and it hurts me. I wish, like, all these love cards and stuff, I wish these were happy tarot spreads I was doing and not such sad ones. Love, beauty, perfection, harmony, trust, beginning of a romance, deep feeling, optimism, freedom of emotion, the necessity of testing or subjecting to trial. The necessity of testing or the necessity of testing or of subjecting to trial. Okay, that stuck out. Struggle between sacred and profane love, a meaningful affair. And then the Empress, which is feminine progress, fruitfulness, accomplishments, mother, sister, wife, marriage, children, feminine influence, ability to motivate others, practicality, and intuition. So that's the Sun, is from being trapped, getting out of it and resting, and then going into love. finding love, rediscovering love again, which is probably why the Ace of Cups is there too now, because it becomes, I feel, and emotion and love, the beginning of love. So, okay. Like I say too, I record these as well because sometimes when I look back at them, I get even more meanings than what I initially got. And if you got anything from this, then leave me a comment about it. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing here. Thanks for watching, you guys. Bye. I clarified a little further. So the Ace of Pentacles is about getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this is probably like when me and my ex were first getting to know each other. Then I asked to clarify the Ace of Swords, which was calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together and engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So from I possess, getting to know each other, to I know that I want to call in my soulmate for a higher level of commitment. And then here, as you know, of the Ace of Staffs, I asked to clarify the Ace of Staffs retreat. So from a time of being with a jerk, he left me out in the cold. I got the strength to start new, and that meant retreating, like going into resting. And then I had asked to clarify the Lovers. Oh, no, baby. I asked to clarify the Lovers here, because remember in my spread I wanted to clarify the Six of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Sun, and I got the Eight of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Lovers, and the Empress. And the Lovers was clarified by the Six of Cups, so I have the Six of Cups twice in this one. So then I asked to clarify why the Six of Cups twice, and I got forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. That's going to be tough. I asked to clarify the two Ace of Cups that are here as well. See, Ace of Cups clarifying the Ace of Cups, and I got wedding. This situation involves marriage and healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So I must be like in some kind of a loop of what I was taught, and it's subconsciously in my head of like watching maybe how my parents were with each other that was unhealthy, that I'm repeating over and over again. And then I asked for the overall, and it was chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. But I really want to clarify wedding. I'm going to clarify it with the one of the tarot decks. What is wedding? And my baby, of course, is trying to grab my cards and kick. Okay, what is this? Okay, weird. I got the Five of Wands and the Hierophant for wedding. So the Five of Wands, and yes, you are seeing it black. I'm leaving it down because my son is being cray-cray here. But here, I'll show you. These two clarified the wedding. And the Hierophant has to do with weddings, so the Five of Wands is unsatisfied desires, struggle, labor, violent strife, obstacles. So dealing with obstacles. And the Hierophant, ritualism, mercy, kindness, forgiveness, inspiration, compassion, servitude, inactivity, timidity, overt reserve, captive to one's own ideas, tendency to cling to ideas and principles even after they are outdated, conformity, a religious or spiritual leader. So let me go back again with the Five of Wands. So, unsatisfied desires, struggle, and obstacles over captivity to one's own ideas, or a tendency to cling to ideas and principles even after they are outdated. I would like to know what principles are outdated. Or is it that I pick people who have these kind of outdated principles, like that it put obstacles in front of us? I'm thinking back of my exes and I really don't see that. Just this one ex. Maybe that's the challenge that we had with this one ex. It's weird. I'm going to use a romance angel to clarify that. I got past life relationship. You have known each other before, so that must also mean that we're here to teach each other a lesson. And what wanted to come out too was reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Because as you know, the other tarot readers and my cards show that he loved me a lot more than what he led me on to believe. I guess after his lessons are learned. So maybe it's not really me, but him that has to, well, both of us, of course, have to learn from a certain lesson, but he has a lot more work than I do. I don't know. This is what happens. My foot. This is what happens when you're trying to analyze a situation. And you got your baby here. And you're talking to him as you're talking to your cards. So he feels part of it. Anyway, that's it. Bye.